All right, yo, welcome to episode 4 of the Third Pedal Podcast.
You're back.
We're back. Jacob, Zach, and Tyler.
What'd you point at me when you said Jacob?
Jacob, Zach, and Tyler.
Well.
So we're going to Jacob, Tyler, Zach. Who are we? We've been
One of those
laughing a
days.
lot. It's pretty late.
Yeah.
So we kind of left. We were going to start this episode just talking about that Porsche story.
Oh, yeah. You were talking about that Porsche story. Tell it again.
Do you want to say the words Porsche story too? See if we can get that.
Porsche story?
Yeah. Okay.
Guys, it's Porsche.
Porsche.
All right.
Yeah. So we were talking about working on cars and just like funny stories with that.
Yeah.
It just reminded me. Tyler and I were working on. I thought it was my BMW, but
Yeah, no, I feel like I misremember. Or was it doing the muffler on your Porsche?
oh, that might have been.
I
Because
think
Tyler
it
was
was that.
holding
I think I was
something.
there for this,
swear
right?
it was the Porsche.
You
swear
you
it
were
was.
home, but you weren't outside.
I was probably somewhere with my Datsun not starting it.
yeah, you're busy reverse roll
I was
starting.
trying to
your
roll.
Datsun.
It's like 10 p.m. I got off work at 8. I'm still sitting there roll starting it. This time's a charm.
You're like stupid car.
Yeah, really. It's finally the electrical stuff just catching on fire.
Yeah.
I did that in my Datsun, too.
Hold on. Okay, so we'll get there.
It's okay. We don't need to talk
So
about that.
I do want to hear about when your Datsun caught on fire. So yeah, we were in the garage and he's holding something up like underneath the car for me. So we're like laying on the ground, not that far above his head. It's like maybe a foot above the ground, and he's like holding something up, and I'm wrenching on it, and he's like, "Oh no, I need to sneeze." And I was like, "Are you good?" And he's like, "I think it's fine." And he's just. Achoo! And when he sneezes, he smokes his face on the car because it's right there. So he's like, boom. And then his reaction to that, as anybody would be, was just to whip the head back.
whip
and
it
he
back.
smokes it on the ground. Like, he bounces his head off the concrete. So he's like, achoo, doof, doof. And then just sits there like,
So that's what happened to you.
yeah. So ever since then. But yeah, no, then he's like, can I go inside? And I was like, yeah, dude, you're good. And he went in.
A little bit of drain damage.
I feel like I remember that different.
Do you remember it different?
We were in the.
Well, you probably have like CTE or something.
That's
no, we
true.
were for sure in the garage.
That's true.
100% no.
Probably. I probably don't remember it very well because
He's like, what about all the
Okay, so what do
unicorns
you
that were
remember?
crawling around
I
afterwards?
for sure hit it 3 times.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Did you bounce back?
I remember
back into the
Yeah.
muffler?
Oh, you did?
So in my mind, what happened was I was like, I need to not whip
That's
my head
awesome.
forward when I sneeze, so I'm gonna hold it back. But you can't not whip your head forward. So I was there and look at the car, and I'm like, it's gonna happen. And I was like, ah. So I was trying to like hold it back, but then I sneezed, and it was like, chew, and I went bang, 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 and I hit it. And then the 4th time I hit it, I just like couldn't think anymore.
It's 4 times now?
3.
So after a dozen times of hitting my head on the car.
Yeah.
So anyways,
So you hit 3. So
it was a real
down,
bounce fest.
So face,
Yeah,
and then back of
face,
head, and then back of
head,
face.
face.
And then you caught it before you hit back of head again?
Yeah. Well, I hit it again, but it was like bam, bam, bam.
And you just
and then
hovered
kinda,
in the
like,
middle.
resting it.
You just hovered in the
And then
middle,
it
and
was
it's just like,
just yeah, and I don't really. I honestly don't remember too much of how much it hurt. I just remember, just being like, "We good now?" And then just going back inside and suffering.
like I'm done with this.
Yeah,
It was pretty rough.
yeah, it was
nuts.
bad.
It was so funny, though. I laughed pretty hard in that.
Oh yeah, we both did. We were both.
Yeah,
losing
we were both
it.
And then you're
Listen to
laughing so hard that you're hitting your head on it.
Because, like, have you ever been at that, like, where you're working on a car and you're so defeated, you're just, like, underneath it laughing?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
completely limp on the pavement.
You get
just
over
like-
the anger. Like at first you're like mad at everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yelling at every bolt and stuff.
Yeah.
Knocking your knuckle, like
Yeah.
especially when
Yeah.
you smash your knuckles so many
Oh,
times.
dude.
And then after a while you're just like you're twisted and the bolt snaps. You're just like just like the Joker stuff. You just like you're
Dude,
just
it's
like
like-
Actually,
crazy.
a really good point. I never thought about that. I
You
hit
say that
part
today
a
when we're
lot.
trying to tighten his lugs down. You're like, yeah, when the righty tighty becomes the lefty loosey.
No, the
Or
righty
righty
tighty
loosey.
becomes-
Yeah,
Becomes
righty
righty
becomes
loosey.
righty loosey.
Yeah. Yeah, we tightened the bolts down before. I was like, we should probably tighten these down. I just put the spacers on. I'm like, we should tighten these down before we head to
Yeah.
tail the dragon.
That was so
And,
funny.
Yeah, didn't want to twist those off.
Yeah.
Well, I got a torque wrench from Harbor Freight, cheapest one I could get.
Nice.
It's $19.
It's gotta
Probably
be
not the best
super
thing to do.
precise. That's what I have too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I set it to the highest rating because you're supposed to do 90 foot-pounds
Okay.
to torque them.
Yeah.
And it was never clicking. It's supposed to click. So I just was pulling it and pulling it and pulling it and pulling it and pulling it.
So sorry, I just burnt my mouth.
Your eyes are tear. Dude, just like,
Yeah.
well, that's why you got to use the Yeti. It like stays lava hot.
Oh man, I'll drink that at the end of this podcast. Cool. Go ahead. Sorry. So you're tight.
I can't taste my tongue anymore.
Spit all the time. Oh man.
Anyways,
yeah, it
I was
just-
tight.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was tightening, and they weren't ever getting. It was never clicking.
Okay.
So I'm like,
And you're like pretty tight at this point.
Yeah,
with this
and I
thing.
wasn't gonna be like as hard as I can. Like I
Right.
know I can pull 90 pounds.
Yeah.
Wasn't clicking, so I just did it all to a point where I felt like it was pretty tight.
Yeah.
But that always is like that's probably the one thing that like, sketches me out the most when I change out the wheels.
Yeah.
And anytime I'm driving that, I'm like, I really hope these don't fall off.
Yeah.
Like, it's the one thing. Like if it's anything else, like say I installed like a spark plug or whatever on, it's just the
Yeah.
engine wouldn't run good, and I could just pull
Right.
it to the side or whatever.
Right.
But it's like when you put the wheels on, it's such a crucial part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Okay.
like we talked about earlier with the like we were talking about the importance of tires. It's the only thing that makes
Right.
contact with the ground. It's like this
Yeah.
matters a lot.
Yeah, this is my only connection.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So the Audi caught it, or not Audi caught on fire. Datsun, I caught the Datsun. I caught the Datsun on fire.
How did you catch the Datsun on fire? And
So
when?
in the old cars, newer cars they have just the regular fuses that plug in.
Oh yeah.
Well, in the old cars, it's fuse. It's like fused wire, so it's just a certain thickness of wire.
Oh, it's
that
like a
will
gauge
pop.
of wire that will
Yeah,
go.
that'll pop at
Okay.
a certain, like whatever electrical
Yeah.
amperage or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just a lot of them are popping,
Okay.
which just means there's something wrong.
Okay.
I just put thicker wire in, so that they wouldn't pop anymore.
Right there, problem
It
solved.
worked. The car started, but then those got really hot, and it melted the box they were in.
Wow.
Yeah, so remember I switched to
Oh, I
like
remember that. It was that fuse block up on the passenger
Yeah,
side, right?
fusible links. That's what they're called.
That's
Or
right.
fusible links. So then I switched to like
okay.
a regular box with like the click-in fuses.
Yeah.
And I tried, and that's when the wiring stuff got all screwed up because I had no idea what I was doing. So hard to read those diagrams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
dude.
that's when I ended up selling it because it just got too much.
Yeah.
Too much to do.
Yeah. That makes
So,
sense.
anyways, another thing I wanted to talk about was
Yeah.
electric cars. We've brought up a few times.
Speaking of burning electrical wires in your car.
Speaking of
Yeah.
electrical problems, dude, imagine having electrical problems in an electric car. It's like,
Dude, like the gremlins I'm having now. Like, can you imagine chasing grounds in a Tesla?
yeah, imagine like in like 20 years, you have like a classic car that's a Tesla,
Yeah.
like the first Tesla,
Yeah.
which is like what
Isn't that
15 years away.
weird?
Yeah, that would be. Have they been around
Yep.
that long?
Dude, you can
Yep.
you can put collector plates on a Tesla in 15 years.
Yeah,
How old does it have to be?
20 or 25.
20.
Oh, so you could do it in less than 15 years.
Yeah.
Tesla's been around for a little while, haven't they?
2012, I think, was their first production.
Yeah, dude.
Man, that's
In a
that's
decade.
weird.
In a decade, a Tesla could
So,
be a
dude, you're going to be
collector
going to the junkyard and pulling this Tesla out, and then it's going to have electrical problems, but the electrical problem will be like, it just accelerates 100% on the highway.
I'm down.
Like as soon as
Yeah,
it
there's
reaches
no
temperature,
curve. It's just.
it just go. It's 100% or nothing.
Do you think Tesla's ever going to change their policies as far as like selling used parts and things like that?
I don't know. That's always the weird thing, right? Because they
'Cause
don't sell
that's-
through dealers.
Right.
Wait, what's
And-
their policy on used parts?
You can't put anything else in. Like you have to buy it from them. And you have to have them do it.
Yeah, they won't. As far as I know, they won't sell it to you. So like the only way you can get parts is if you purchase them from like a Copart facility or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, they won't sell
like
parts for the car. Basically.
Not like consumable, like brakes and stuff you can get. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I
like
think
any,
you probably still gotta
anything
deload
else, anything deeper than that, like
yeah, you break
have to go
something
through
inside
them.
or any weird stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you can't. But they
Oh.
won't sell it to you, right?
I mean,
Is that the weird thing, or
Right.
yeah, like you gotta
Just how you
go
do
like
it.
pull it off. What was that guy? Rich Rebuilds or something?
Yeah, that one
That guy who started
YouTuber.
junkyard building.
Yeah,
them?
let me find his name. We'll shout
He, like
him
pieced
out.
them together. That was awesome. I remember seeing that. That was like my first introduction to Tesla.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool system.
Because they're all like iPhones, right?
is that the Tesla
yeah.
hacker?
Rich Rebuilds. Shout out to Rich Rebuilds.
Yeah, awesome stuff.
Yeah, he's the guy he'll buy like a bunch of totaled Teslas.
And he's just trying to part one together, right?
Yeah, and he's made a few now. Like
Yeah.
like his initially it was that he just like wanted one, and I think he found a totaled one, but he couldn't get any parts, and then he
Yeah.
started building one back up.
Yep.
But yeah, now he does it with like a bunch of friends, and he works with like a really cool local electric car shop. and
Yep.
it's really
Dude,
really
I remember.
cool.
I don't know if it was one of his videos. I think I don't know if it was his car. There was that Audi RS5 coupe
Okay.
that was converted to Tesla driveline.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure it was still the Audi transmission, but it had the Tesla
Oh, weird.
motor up front, like
Okay.
just sideways
Just a bigger
drive unit
thing.
like into the transmission. I'm pretty sure.
That's
I'll look
nuts.
it up again.
Well, do you guys have seen what?
That's nuts. Was just like cool. Change the subject.
Oh no, sorry.
Wow,
I was
that's
watching.
cool.
I thought it
Anyways.
was spiking. No, I mean, have you seen the E30 Tesla swapped?
No.
Dude, the thing
not a thing.
can't not burn rubber. And it's only rear wheel drive.
Is it the
So-
Tesla Bimmer or whatever it's called?
Yeah, I think
His
so.
Instagram, I think,
so
is
cool
Tesla
though. He
Bimmer.
made the charging port, the logo on the front.
That's
so when you
right.
pop the logo open, that's the port to charge it. But yeah, dude, it's literally him just rolling at like 40, and then he just like, and then the wheels just like
That's
no
so weird.
problem,
That's crazy.
which would be so cool. Like
Bless you.
it's just nuts though.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah, I saw
Can't
there was
even
that.
imagine adapting that.
What was it? Omaze. That's what it was. I just found it. Omaze was giving away a Tesla-powered '68 Porsche 911 not too long ago. Which, okay, so this is what I don't understand because like anything Tesla, they don't want you to work on. So they want you to mess with it at all.
Yeah.
You got to bring it to their dealership to do anything. And a lot of times they won't even do like major repairs on it. They just want to total it out. Like they don't want to do a lot of rebuild stuff on them.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why insurance is so expensive for them still?
I don't know.
Makes sense.
My knowledge of Teslas is running thin pretty quick here. But so like I don't understand why there's that, but then there seems to be a ton of people doing Tesla swaps on stuff. Like how do they do that?
Like an insane
Yeah.
amount.
How do they do that?
How are they?
Is it like because it's not like registered anymore?
Could be.
Like,
Like
it's
is it
literally
Tesla
just-
swap, but it's just the motors and batteries and stuff, and then they have their
I
own
think
like
so.
speed
I
controls
don't think
and
it's
things?
anything else other than that. I
That
think
makes
it's
sense.
just the drive unit and the whatever. Because the drive unit houses the axles and everything, right? So I think the drive unit's in the back. And that's like 2 motors and then axles out of it.
No, I think it's output. I think it has like hubs and axles that come out of it to the wheels.
Right,
like
out of the
CVs
drive
and
unit.
stuff.
It's like 2 motors in the middle that go into a drive unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're saying you basically swap that in.
Because if you get all-wheel drive, it's called a 4-motor.
Yeah.
Oh,
4-motor.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they are. Okay,
Yeah.
I found a video of the 911 swap, and it is just they have their own control system on a screen in the middle that's doing everything for it. But it's not the
yeah.
Tesla screen at all. So they must
Yeah.
just be doing that. They must be using the parts.
So it's
for
not
it.
using their like computer.
Right.
Yeah.
So then it's not restricted that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that like the future of swaps, you think? Like our kids, like are they going to be
Just create. Every kid's gonna be a hacker.
Well, I
And
mean,
it's just gonna be building something. It's just gonna be. It's literally gonna be programming your car to be the fastest.
well,
Yeah.
for like in reality, that's now though. We were just talking about that with your Audis. Like literally is like it used to be like, oh, get different nozzles for your carburetor, or do
Yeah.
things like that, and now it's literally like, hey, I'm gonna go change ones and zeros, and now my
Yeah.
car is 100
Yeah,
more
that's
horsepower.
right. That's
But now
weird.
it's. I mean, it's that kind of like limited though, because
Yeah.
it's that up until like, oh, your turbo's gonna blow up if you don't do anything.
Yeah, you can only
but
push it
like
so far.
with Tesla, like it doesn't. I mean, like yes, there is some physical aspects of it that you'd have to change, but
Yeah.
Well,
I
the weird thing
imagine
is you get like
can
a software update and now your car's faster. Or it
Exactly.
goes
That's what I
further.
mean.
And
So,
it
like-
just does it automatically. Like an
Yeah.
auto update, it's like, hey, your car can sing a Christmas song now, and you're like,
Yeah.
what?
I just
Yeah.
saw one. You can program the horn to
Mm-hmm.
be whatever you want it to be now. So people are just putting like songs and like a bunch of funny stuff on it.
Heck
So look
yeah.
that up sometime.
That's pretty funny.
Like Tesla horn,
Yeah.
like customization or whatever.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny because it's just a speaker, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
like
weird.
And
I
like I
love
said,
that.
our horns are different, right? It's just like a little horn thing. I don't think
Yep.
it's like a digital speaker.
Same deal. I mean, it's just the amplifier around it. It's just 2 notes. It just plays 2 notes.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then it's just got the horn around it around it, the bell or whatever.
Yeah,
around
yeah.
it, the-
Amplifier or
yeah.
whatever.
And our sport wagon horns are very loud.
Yeah, they're the worst. No one
Yeah.
ever hears them.
No, yeah, no.
Oh,
it's
they're
so
quiet?
super
yeah.
sarcastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a honk, and you just hear this like this like.
Yeah.
And you're
So I
just
was
set
like,
my
I was
alarm
like,
off.
beep, 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 beep,
Set my
beep.
alarm off to see what mine sounds like.
Probably don't.
It's probably too late for that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's a little too
right.
late for that. Is yours pretty loud?
I don't know. I haven't used it that much. Remember when I
I
tried to
don't
honk at that
believe you.
person?
Oh, that was so funny. You
On
should
the way here.
talk about that. Yeah, I know, right?
Where was that? Was it at like a Starbucks? Someone cut us off,
Yeah, it
right?
was
I
in
was like,
Starbucks.
come on, and I just clicked. It was like,
It was
but it
just-
didn't actually. I didn't
just
push
the
it hard
s-
enough.
Yeah, just the sound of plastic.
Yeah, I didn't push it hard enough to actually honk. I was like, oh,
And then your
That's
face
so
after,
funny.
because you're like,
well, that's that was a weak move. Not my proudest moment.
not my proudest
Like
moment.
so mad, just like whisper screaming at the windshield. Come on, cut me off. Go.
So what's with this new? You were mentioning this Tesla Plaid
Yeah,
edition.
I just
or
pulled
whatever?
up the specs on it.
Yeah, what's that all about? Why is it
I think
plaid?
it's just their high. I think it's just the name for their high performance.
Okay.
I'm sure it's like a wordplay thing, right? Because everything
Oh, yeah,
Tesla does
probably.
is like
Wait, there's a
they
plaid.
came out with
there's
all
a
the models
plaid
and it's called
plus.
sexy or whatever.
Yeah,
S3,
yeah, yeah.
XY. Yeah. So I'm sure there's. I
Dude,
don't know.
leave
the
it to
meaning behind
Elon to name a thing literally sexy.
And look at the. You're on the page. Scroll down
Yeah.
to the.
It looks a little bit wider
interior.
than the other
Look
one.
at this
does.
interior, dude, with
Ooh.
the, like
Oh,
airplane
okay.
steering wheel. And
Is
then
it wait?
got
Is
the
it the one
sideways
that's got like
screen.
Witcher on the screen?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Can you watch TV while you're driving now?
Yeah.
Feels illegal.
What? Well, I guess if it's kind of driving itself, right?
Yep.
No, those are games, aren't they?
No,
Well,
Witcher's
Witcher
a
was
movie.
made into a TV show, but that was Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt, which I know for fact is, I believe, one of Elon's favorite games. So
Really?
it wouldn't surprise me if he was trying to make that a thing.
There's a screen in the back seats too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Whoa.
So
guess
okay,
that's
so
a
what's the deal with this car?
520
just
mile
like the
range.
Crazy high horsepower one. Look at the specs on it. 200 mile top speed, 1.990 to 60.
Oh my gosh,
1,020
What?
peak horsepower. Peak power. Is that insane?
Order now.
So basically,
Yeah, what's this
So I'm
our last
finding out.
episode, is this a supercar or hypercar?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Wouldn't it just be a sports car?
Oh, is
Right?
it a sports car? I don't think it's a
Well,
sports
supercar was like a sports car that was like luxurious. I guess that would classify.
No, that was what the dictionary.
Wait.
says.
This is a tri-motor.
Really?
Yeah, their Plaid Plus is a tri-motor all-wheel drive, 520 plus mile, 200 miles an hour, and 1.99 seconds 0 to 60. And it's also starting at 144,000.
That sounds right.
Or no, so it's the base model,
Is the whole
Model
bottom of that
S.
thing a battery pack?
Dude, okay,
Yeah,
bro, this is actually
they have a
nuts.
Very low center of gravity because of that.
Yo, get this though. So the long range, so their base model S
Okay.
is 74,000 starting. Okay, 412 mile range, 155 mile an hour top speed, 3.10 to 60. Their Plaid model, 390 mile range, 200 miles an hour, 1.99 seconds 0 to 60, goes up to 114,000. And then their Plaid Plus, the difference is it goes from 390 mile range to 520 plus miles. Oh, it's a less than 1.99 seconds 0 to 60.
The Plaid Plus.
Yep, but it's $144,490.
Wow.
Wow.
I think you can make the argument that this thing's a supercar. It's not a hypercar.
Yeah.
Yeah, call it a
Yeah, I don't know.
supercar,
Yeah,
That one, the Plaid Plus, maybe.
yeah, for sure.
Do
I
you
mean,
see-
honestly, even the long range has a 0 to 60 that's like close to the same, but the 155 mile an hour thing kind of is a bummer. But I mean, here's the weird thing though: the Model S actually is kind of pushing hypercar specs.
the Model S.
The Plaid Plus,
How?
the 200 mile an hour top speed, but the less than 1.9 second 0 to 60.
Yeah, that's pretty
Is
nuts.
this all real?
That's like-
is this thing actually made, or is this like projections based on?
I think this is just projections.
That was their the Roadster, right?
Pro,
I don't think that one's actually out yet.
their quarter mile for the Plaid Plus is a sub 9 second.
Dude, that's the weird thing too, because like you can have like our gas cars, right? That
Yeah.
we can like soup up, and then someone with just like a base model, like regular kind of looking sedan, that's electric.
Yeah.
will just like whip you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, have you seen the one? There's somebody who has like a stripped Tesla, and they go. I think it was a 1320 video or something like that. He's got like a stripped interior Tesla, and he just goes and like mops the floor with all these muscle cars and stuff at like some drag event. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
why not
nuts.
at that point? Dude, it's got
they're
a
boasting that has the lowest coefficient of drag of
I saw
any
that.
car,
Yeah.
which Wikipedia says is not true.
Oh.
But it's from two things that I don't think really exist. So. Oh
It's
yeah,
got,
that's not real.
Dude,
Oh, that's
even
not real.
the-
Yeah, it is the lowest coefficient of drag.
Even the Model 3, that's like their lowest cost one, is
Yeah.
a 3.50 to 60.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, you're dealing with the complete when you're talking about like a DC motor and electricity. Like it's all the horsepower is available.
Ooh.
It's insane.
Immediately.
You guys have never driven one, right?
No,
No.
We gotta do that. We should go to a Tesla store, not dealership. Maybe we can hit one on the way back
that'd be pretty cool.
and go test drive one. I think we passed a few. I think on the way here. Yeah.
In
See if they have
Chicago,
a
we had
Model
couple.
S performance or something like that. We
That'd
can
be
test
neat.
drive.
They
All
let-
right, I
let us
spec'd
just
mine
test
out.
drive it? I was just over there building a Tesla.
Yeah, dude.
Hey,
Bro,
we're
so
trying to film
it
a podcast.
Yeah.
dude,
What are you
there's
doing, man?
sorry. Yeah, I got
No, you're good.
I went so
You
down
were
the
in it.
rabbit hole.
So on that note, have you guys seen the Audi? Because we
No, I haven't seen the new
let me show
e-tron
you
stuff.
this. Okay.
I've been looking at the Taycan.
you haven't
Taycan.
you definitely have seen the e-tron.
I mean, I
You've
saw
You've seen one
Iron
in
Man.
person.
The e-tron GT, no, this is a concept.
Oh, I've seen. Yeah, this is
There's the white one by work.
I haven't seen that.
You for sure have because we saw it together. It's you know when like you're going over the train tracks by work.
Yeah,
It's just to the right. There's like this little brown house, not a nice house at all.
they have an e-tron.
And he just got like
They
this
have a-
brand new e-tron, and it's like a super. It's like they have an S-line e-tron, right?
Oh yeah, it just looks like a
It's
Q7.
no,
doesn't
there's
it?
an RS e-tron concept right now.
Is that the one in the commercial?
637 horsepower,
No.
carbon fiber hood.
He's got.
It doesn't seem all that drastic compared to the Plaid, right?
I don't know. Tell me about it. Tell our listeners about it.
All right. Deliver peak output for 2.5 seconds at a time, helping launch the electric sedan to 60 miles an hour in a claimed 3.1 seconds and reach top speed of 155. Okay, so it's not faster than the Plaid.
Wait, what's the
Oh man, the interior looks so much better. Than
what's the
Plaid.
Audi that I'm thinking of that's got like the massive, like the super wide front end that
Like
seems like
this?
it never stops?
This thing? It looks pretty mean too.
Yeah, that's the one that's in the new Audi commercial when they're making.
So that's what I'm
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
like because
dude.
the Teslas are cool.
Yeah.
They just look a little bit simple, right?
Yeah.
They're not like a performance car.
I feel the same way as I do about the Kia Stinger thing. Is it Kia Stinger?
Yeah.
Where it looks like a video game car. Like it looks like a
Yeah.
video game generic version of a car. That's what I
Right.
feel about Teslas.
Yep. But the Audi
Sorry,
one
Elon.
looks pretty mean.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna go electric car, staying with Audi,
Mm-hmm.
that would be a cool thing to do.
I think I'm wrong. I don't think it's an e-tron. I think it's one of their weird crossover lines,
Oh.
It's
but I
probably just one of the
can't
newer-
find it.
Well, they make a e-tron SUV though.
Yeah.
That was at the dealer when I
Maybe
bought
it
the
was
S3.
that. It
Yeah,
does
I've
it
seen
have
a
like a
couple of them.
really big front end? Like it's got like a massive grill
It's not
that covers like the
terribly massive.
entire
It
front.
just looks like a new Audi. I mean, honestly, the one is almost indistinguishable from like a Q7 or a new Q5.
Yeah.
Like it looks exactly the same. It just
Yeah, like
happens
this.
to say e-tron on the
Like
back.
this tie?
It doesn't have a muffler.
That's the e-tron SUV.
no, not like that.
Okay, never mind then.
I don't know what the heck this car is then. It's some nuts looking Audi. It's
Well,
all white.
Audi-
It's got like black trim,
Yeah.
and it's like really. It looks insanely high tech. And I've never seen another Audi like it. I can't. And I now can't find them.
Well, I think you sent this to me. Volkswagen Auto Group said they're not going to do any more development of gas motors.
Yep.
Which was a huge bummer.
Big sad.
I haven't watched the video in a while. I gotta do some more research. Maybe we should talk about this on a future episode.
Yeah, maybe we
completely.
should. Yeah.
To dive into it. But essentially, what I heard was that it was sent out in like an Audi Zine email as a notification. But I saw a video a while ago talking about it came from Volkswagen Audi, like the main whatever, and they said they were gonna quit developing all petrol engines moving forward, and that was gonna include talking about because I think they own like Lamborghini and everybody too, so it's talking
Really?
about like none for them, none for Porsche, none for Audi, none for all these guys.
No new development though, right?
Yeah, no new development.
So they might still
platforms.
make
They're
the cars.
focusing on the other stuff. Yeah, and that was why they did that ID something. That
Oh,
they,
the Volkswagen ID4.
the hill climb thing.
yeah.
No.
Oh,
No, the hill climb car that now has, I think it's the Pikes Peak record.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, it's this crazy looking thing. But yeah, then all the ID concepts like the ID van, and I like the ID stuff. Pretty cool. That the wagon I was showing you the other day, I think those are pretty neat. But yeah, it's weird. It's like one of those things. I feel like for a while people
Yeah,
were
the
like,
all electric Volkswagen ID.
yeah. Like
wow.
the question seemed to be like, hey, do you think electric cars are going to take off? And now it's like they did. Are they
Yeah,
going to
dude,
take
it's-
over? Like,
yeah,
it's
I know.
weird.
That's the debate, right? 'Cause
But
is it truly more sustainable than a gas car?
I mean,
Like, that's
they,
the
they say it is, but,
that's
then
the
it's
debate,
like
though,
the
right?
plants
Because
that.
where is the energy coming from? 'Cause a
Yeah.
lot of the stuff still comes from fossil.
I mean,
fuel,
like I
right?
think if they were able to figure out a way to make solar, like the soul charge, like if that was able to be enough somehow,
yeah,
then it's like okay, you can actually make an argument for this.
right.
But so far, it seems like solar is not able to do enough.
Yeah. And-
like maybe if they were, if I know for a while Tesla was talking about making I don't know if they ever did, but the roof tiles that were solar panels that could power your house and
Oh,
charge
yeah.
your car at night, and that would be like okay, cool. Like that actually makes sense.
to at least extend your range.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think they were
it
talking
was
about
a,
that on the semis.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then they were saying like there was. I know Tesla said that they wanted to do a. I hope this is true, because it made sense in my mind.
Yeah,
But like a trailer, and then they would have the solars on top of the entire trailer,
that's cool.
because that
That
would
would
allow
make
for
sense.
more coverage to get more energy to it.
yeah.
If not, Elon,
Make that happen.
hit me up.
Like, I got a great
I got
idea for you.
ideas.
You just got to
I
tweet at
didn't
him.
just give you the whole plan though for free over this podcast.
It's like that Office episode where he
TM.
doesn't. Where he yeah, he's trademarked your phrase. Where you don't want to give up the plan.
I like how you super scripted it visually.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that the Cannonball Run record, the electric record, was taken away from Tesla because some guy did it in a Taycan?
Really?
How do you say that?
Wait, they do electric cannonballs?
Yep.
But isn't that kind of tough because the charge time, like you got to stop
You
for
got
like
to
an
plan
hour
it
and
all
charge.
around charges, and they planned it around. We'll have to watch this video and talk more about it later.
Yeah, we
too.
should watch that,
But
yeah.
they did it without. It was neat too because they had to do it without the supercharger network because obviously they can't.
Right.
So they had to do it on the Electrify USA or whatever it's called, like the government funded one.
Yeah.
So they planned it and they got to forget there was like a certain sweet spot percentage they had to get their battery to that would charge the quickest. So they would never charge all the way. I don't think
Oh,
they
okay.
charge like a certain amount. Go charge a certain amount
to get to the next one,
Yeah.
basically.
This guy here.
All right, so I want to change topics a little bit. Electric cars are cool and all.
Cool.
We definitely should drive some and video it on the way back.
Agreed. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can just borrow this from Volkswagen.
I know this conversation's electrifying and all.
And this is electrifying to the audience. But all right, I want to talk about favorite new cars being remade. Right, so the Supra came back recently. Everyone was a little bit disappointed between the concept and the real car, but
'Cause it's
after
a BMW?
okay, that's the main thing. Hopefully, they don't make an all-wheel drive one.
Hopefully, I'll make
No X-Drive ones.
Oh, dude.
Toyota.
Yeah, watch it. All right?
Please.
Also, please make it standard transmission for at least one model, so you don't have to pay $19,000 to have it swapped. But anyways,
$19,000.
I don't know if it's that much, but it's pretty expensive. So the Supra was pretty cool. It was a little bit of a disappointment from like the concept. Do you remember the concept? It looked a little bit more like
Yeah.
a modern remake, and then it came out and it's just a little bit smaller, a little bit.
It looks. I mean, it's too much like a Z4.
Well, they developed it together, so it's a little bit.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly. It is a C4.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it was supposed to
Get a
be a
secret for
Supra.
you.
The concepts made it look like a
Yeah.
Supra, and then
Yeah.
it came out, and it was just like, oh, you kind of cheaped out here.
Yeah, it looks a little weird.
I mean, it worked,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
think they've sold a ton of them. I
Yeah.
feel like I see them often enough.
I
and
think
it's
you
like
can
they're
put
doing pretty well.
Supra on anything. People
And
would buy it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
I
true.
think they're like the person who appreciates cars more. Like, it's like their BRZ. Because like the body
Okay.
kits I've been seeing people do, like it
Yeah.
seems like everyone's doing like
Well,
the
Liberty
wide
Walk
body.
came out with a really cool one right away.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's what happened with the BRZ. It's like when it
Yep.
was released, all of a sudden it was like Liberty Walk had Liberty Walk.
I think so.
Yeah.
I feel like
I think
should-
they came
yeah.
out with one. That's the
No,
brand.
no, no.
I think
Rocket
they came
Bunny.
out.
Yeah, Rocket
Rocket
Bunny
Bunny
did
too.
too.
Yeah.
They came out with body kits, and then that was like the only thing. Like every BRZ you see has that wide body now.
Yeah.
and I think that's where the Supra is going to head. But it's also like the Supra kind of has the stuff to back it up at least.
Yeah, dude, I remember really wanting like a Rocket Bunny kit especially when I had the Datsun.
Yeah,
dude,
dude.
it's like the only thing I want.
Yeah.
and now I'm like, it's a little too flashy. Like it's a
Yeah,
little
man.
bit, it's
It's
a
like
little too
too
extra.
much
for me.
now.
Did you one for your? Keep talking. I'm just curious if they
I
do one for your.
saw a wide body RS3. It looked pretty awesome.
Really?
Yeah,
but it just
Audi-
looked a little off because I really like, and maybe it's just my taste now. I really like the OEM Plus look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where kind of like I have it now, where it's like a little bit modified. It just feels more like this is how like a little bit better version of the car should have been.
I'm always freaked out too because those kits usually require you to cut your fenders and drill
yeah,
into the
dude.
body, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, dude, this car's a lot of money.
Like currently, I really want a wide body by 944. So I don't.
It's already wide body.
It needs to be wider.
Yeah, just make it wider. Like a 20-foot like wide.
You're just like
So
those
you got
dually
put,
trucks.
Yeah, you just dualies on it. You just swap your TDI into it.
I basically just I just
Make it
want
roll
dualies,
cool.
You guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Keep going. Sorry, I got distracted.
So,
by the
anyways,
wide
I
body
think the
S3
Supra was
thing.
pretty cool. I have a friend who owns one. He really likes it. He's done some tuning and stuff to it. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
I see him around enough, and seeing them in person and stuff like that, they are pretty awesome.
They're
Yeah,
neat looking
for sure.
cars.
The one I'm more excited about is the 400Z, which I know recently an actual one that was actually built was leaked.
Really?
A video and pictures of. Have you seen that?
No.
All the car
I
pages.
just
were
saw
posted.
the
did.
article
What color
you
was
I know
texted
it?
me.
Hooligans are posting it. Like, I saw the original video. The guy got it,
Okay.
and I don't know why they got it. If they were
Okay.
maybe testing it or something, and he leaked it. He's probably fired now.
Wow.
I don't think he's doing well.
Dude, he
But
did it for the love of the game, though.
yeah,
He's like,
for
hey,
sure.
yes.
This is our new phrase for the love of the game.
Did I say that many
You've
times
said it a
already?
couple times.
Oh wait,
now.
is it the gray one?
Don't know where I heard it.
Yeah. So that one I really like.
Ooh.
It pays a lot more homage. That's the word you had trouble saying, I think, on the first podcast.
You mean
right?
homage?
I think it pays a lot more homage to like the 240Z
Okay.
as far as like the
seen
rear,
this thing.
Yeah, for sure. It looks good.
like the
dude.
grill,
Dang.
the rear lights, the rear.
Oh,
I'm,
sick.
windows.
I'm kind of getting F-type vibes from this.
Yeah, I guess it does have that a little bit.
Yeah.
but it has the rear windows with the Z logo
Little.
again.
Yeah,
Like
they did a good
so
job.
cool.
I
Yeah,
think they
got
did a really good
they
job
have
designing
that
it.
quarter that like comes
And-
up in the back.
And V6 turbo. I think turbo. At
Yeah.
least V6
And aren't,
s-
like-
manual transmission.
Good.
Is going to come on it.
Good.
So I think that's a
So
really good remake,
excited.
and I like that cars are coming back this way. I think what's really cool is like people like us, right?
Yeah.
Like car people.
Yeah.
Those were like the awesome, like the Supra, right? The 240s, like those were like the awesome cars when we were a lot younger.
Yeah.
Like the ones we always wanted.
Yep.
And now we're like adults, and we like have adult money to do stuff. So we're like now there's like actually a market for that because like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
90s,
for sure.
2000s, it really dropped off.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they had,
Yeah,
like,
man.
They had like the first Charger. I know we talked about coming
Yep.
back, and it was just kind of a disappointment.
Yep.
Now they're really cool.
Yeah.
But like some of the other cars that were remade, like Mustangs, had a real rough go for a little while.
Well, you were talking about darts and stuff too, and like
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
man.
So I want to talk about too, like what other. So we got 400Z. That's like the newest one, probably. The Supra is the newest one that's like been in production, but the
Yeah.
400Z is probably next. But what other ones would be like sweet to come
Like
back
cars
that
you
we'd
wanna
probably
see
be in the
companies
market
bring
for?
back?
Yeah.
yeah. I know you talked about the Dart. So explain what you're talking about with that, because they kind of, at
The
least
Dart
your perspective, they dropped the
made
ball
me
on it.
mad.
Yeah.
Because
I'm angry.
yeah, no, because
Like, hey,
the darts
Docs, let me
like
talk. Let me
when
talk to you directly, real quick.
Yeah, listen.
Because when like the Dart was released, I was like, sweet man, like I like the old Dart was awesome, but it was like the old Dart was like a V8 that was rear wheel drive. It was like a small muscle car, but it's
Yeah.
still a muscle car.
Yeah.
So when they released it, I was like, oh cool, like Dodge is gonna do something else cool.
Yeah.
But then they basically just released the Neon, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the only thing that made me upset was like. Just call it what it is. It is literally a neon in every sense of the term. It looks like a neon. It literally just looks like an upgraded neon.
What was the Plymouth version of the Neon? Do you remember what that was called?
The espresso, wasn't it?
I'm gonna look it up. Real
Oh,
quick.
really?
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
I don't know.
Anyways, but yeah, that was basically it. I was just bummed.
That was your frustration with
felt,
it?
Yeah, it felt like they ruined the Dart legacy. Because now when people look up, like now, like when our kids are like, "What's a Dodge Dart?" And they'll look it up. They're like, "Oh, weird."
still Neon.
And then
It was
it's
just
just
Plymouth
like,
Neon.
"Hey,
Yeah, I thought it was
it's
something
not
different.
what it was." So, and I know it was obviously like the Dart was a lot class. Like the Dart, a lot of people liked the Dart. I'm assuming a lot more than the Neon. Because I think the Dodge Neon wasn't a popular car. It kind of felt like Dodge's cheap car
Yeah.
for ever.
Yeah.
And so like it was kind of a way of like rebranding the Neon, just call it the Dart because the Dart was like the flashy thing.
Yeah.
It
Well,
does
I
look
totally-
like a remade Neon, doesn't it?
It
I'm
is.
just
Dude,
looking 'em up
exactly.
right now.
That's what
That's
it
what I'm
is.
saying. It
Functionally,
literally
it's what it. But you also got to think like when did the Dart come out again?
It was like early teens.
It was
like
early
like
teens?
like 14, 15.
Like when it came out, the beater car was the Neon.
yeah.
So like they didn't want to rebrand that. you
Oh,
know?
that makes sense.
So they don't want to be like, hey, you know the
2012
thing
was the
that
first.
like.
Wow, really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
another hand-me-down car
how
in your family.
old.
Like we made a new one now. Like they didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Probably. That's probably the motivation for it. Was
No,
like, hey,
that
this,
makes sense. That
this
makes
small,
sense.
quick car. But I'm with you. I'm like, it's disappointing. I don't know. It's really disappointing. Like American market stuff is just all. Apart from being SUVs, if it's a car, it's going to be front-wheel drive. It's going to be automatic. Like they don't mess around with
They
all-wheel
did
drive
do
stuff.
a
They're doing that.
6-speed
Cool.
version of it. I know the
Yeah.
GT was pretty decent. It was still the 2.3 multi-year or 2.4
Yeah,
multi-year
it's still
or
front-wheel
whatever.
drive, and
Still front-wheel
And that
drive.
engine had a
and-
lot of problems.
yeah.
that's what I heard.
That's because I wanted one for a while. Because I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
this is. They're like, I actually
I
like
think
the look
well,
of the
every-
interior.
They're reasonably priced.
Everybody
for
at
a
one
used
point
one.
is like, I guess I could get one of these. I did
Yeah,
too.
no.
You get
I
good
was
gas
like, I
mileage. They're
wanted
pretty,
one, 'cause
they're
I
like,
looked
they got
up-
enough features and stuff.
Yeah,
that it's,
and they
like,
look kind of
comfortable.
like I like the look of them. I'm like,
Yeah.
these actually look pretty sharp.
Yeah, I know that because we have Mark 6 Volkswagens now, which without a Volkswagen badge look like a Dodge Dart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
kind of
kinda
the same
do.
thing.
But you think about it, if that same car had like a cooler engine option, or if it even was still 4-cylinder turbo,
Yeah.
a
But
better
rear-wheel
one,
drive?
but rear-wheel drive and manual,
I would.
It'd be
I'd
great.
it'd be like
I'd-
the Chevy SS, right? Like that
Yeah,
Chevy
dude.
SS they made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just like a sedan,
Yeah.
but it's the LS6 or whatever
Yep.
rear-wheel
Yeah.
drive
Yep.
manual
Yeah.
option. It'd be like they could have brought it back like that.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And
I
I
mean, they
don't know
could have
if-
even did a like an eco-friendly, like how they do the A3, like the A3
Oh,
you
yeah.
can get as like a 2-liter turbo
You can
front
get it
wheel
as
drive.
you can get it as a
and you can get a
hybrid.
2-liter turbo
Really?
all-wheel
Yeah.
drive, and
I'm
there's a
pretty sure you
hybrid,
get
and
A3
there's a
hybrid,
TDI front-wheel drive version.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like they could have did that, and that would have been like, okay, cool. Like
Yep.
you can have your front-wheel drive 4-cylinder thing. You can have your rear-wheel drive turbo.
Yeah, you're just
Like,
asking for the Golf R version of it,
basically, yeah.
Right.
which I think would have a Hemi if it's Dodge.
Also, though,
which
that
they're
kind of like,
they're throwing those engines and
The
everything
Hellcat
else.
motor?
Yeah.
Dude, the
Yeah,
minivan.
dude.
Are they really doing it,
I don't know if it's actually happening. I don't know if that's just like
or is it just a meme?
meme
I feel like
stuff.
that's got to be a joke.
Dude, that
But
would
also,
be
it's
insane though.
Dodge. So.
Yeah.
Be like never miss soccer practice again.
We strayed. So you were originally asking about other older cars and stuff.
yeah, other
which they'd
so
rebrand,
Dodge
things
Dart.
to
That was
bring
one you
back.
talked about. What about on
That was
the,
one I
on
didn't
the,
like.
on the one as far as like muscle cars? What about the Chevelle? Bro, awesome. Like think about like Jack Reacher.
I don't
that
know,
red Chevelle
though,
he's
'cause
smashing
now
around.
now I'm concerned that if they did bring it back, they would ruin
That'll
it.
be
Well, I'm
their-
thinking if they brought it back the right way, right? So
Well, it
say
would-
say it's
Well,
like a
that's a
Dodge
big
Challenger,
ask.
say like a Hellcat competition. So the Camaro SS, and they have
Oh.
some better ones that are pretty fast, but those I feel like are more Charger. Like they're more in the lanes of Charger. Maybe I'm wrong. Horsepower stuff. Maybe they compete more with the Challenger.
right.
But
No,
if they had
you're
like a
right.
bigger bodied, the Challenger is still like older styling.
Yeah.
Like it still pays homage to. I'm just gonna keep using that word correctly. To like
They
the
don't know
original
why, though.
Charger.
So we got into it a little bit.
Oh, was that not
earlier
part of
about
the first
That was
podcast?
not
No,
part
no,
of
no.
it.
no.
Oh,
That's
my
not
on
what
bad.
we
there.
talk about it.
No, we were talking about different words that we all say differently.
And you said what?
This is
So
one.
I've been saying.
Yeah, so I buy clothes from a company called Art of Homage,
What'd you
but
think it was?
I've been calling it Art of Homage this entire time because that's how it's spelt.
The English language doesn't make sense.
I think it's
Yeah,
more
dude,
homage.
It doesn't.
I don't
Yeah,
think
but
it's
then
homage.
yeah, you would say homage,
Can you Google?
right?
homage.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but then I looked it up and it's homage, so he was right. But because it says it's hard to pronounce it, it's AA-MAHJ
Homage.
homage.
See,
Yeah.
we were right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, while he looks, so yeah, that's where this is coming from.
Yeah.
Amuj, yeah, AAMUHJ is the pronunciation.
I'm glad you just looked up what Tyler just said.
Thanks for that.
Wait, here we go. Yeah, it's homage. So,
Rigged.
anyways, I think the new Challenger, when they came out with that was like a slam dunk. Pays homage to
Yes.
the original Challenger, and that's I think how they were able to take it from just the base model SXT, and that's what they did for like the leases and whatever stuff like that
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
make the money, and then create the Hellcat and
Yeah.
the Red Eye and the Demon and like all the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
that
were
we-
able to create a production car that literally could come with a crate of parts. That was
Yeah.
like, hey,
And now they
here's
got this
your
amazing
skinnies.
drivetrain setup, right? The Hellcat,
Yep.
they can toss in anything.
Yeah. Well, now
Like,
they
just
sell it as a
insane.
crate motor too, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
you just get a
awesome.
Hellcat setup.
Yeah.
Like, insane.
Yeah.
Hey, idea for your Porsche Hellcat swap.
I've thought about Hemi stuff, but no, that would I would just
It'd
hit
be
the
too
gas
much.
and my
It'd
whole
be too
car
much.
would just.
It'd also be too much weight. Like your weight balance would be too far off. You'd have to
Yeah.
put like a lead tank in the rear.
Yeah.
To balance
I mean,
it out.
Just
don't
put
get me
2
wrong.
gas
It'd be
tanks in the rear.
super fun. That's just
Yeah.
like double the horsepower goal.
Yeah, that'd be
Way
pretty
more
nice.
double. How much horsepower is it?
Double?
So, I don't
Isn't
know,
it
600
like
something?
I thought it was like 7.
Nah, it's
yeah.
at least 6.
I just want like 3 out of it. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah.
717. Wow, I did not know it was that much.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, that's way more than I want in my car.
That's
But
the
yeah,
21 Hellcat.
I think of
It's
all
usually
the
707.
of all the I mean, honestly, I think the Mustangs took a backslide. I think the previous generation Mustang was my personal favorite of all Mustangs.
For sure.
With the 5.0, and I mean, it's just like the sound of that engine is it's unreal.
It's
the cool,
violent.
The shape of the back, the shape
Yeah.
of the front lights with those 3 hash marks. Like it's such a good.
What's
looking
the
car.
new one you're saying took a backslide?
I just think the new
The
generation
new
body
ones with
style.
the Mach-E.
No, the new Mustangs.
That's part
Those
of the
like the
Mach-E.
S550.
No,
That's like the newest body style. The real sharp looking
I
ones.
don't know, dude.
Wait, hold on.
I didn't know
don't
they
think-
had
I don't
chassis
even know what
codes
you're
till just
saying.
now.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, an S550 is a Mercedes.
Well, S550 Mustang.
Wait,
I'm
the
pretty sure
2021
that's the
Ford
name.
Mustang still looks insane.
Yeah, they got the sharp eyes and stuff.
No,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
You
You don't like that? The sharp backlights and stuff?
No, they changed it though. It got softer.
Really?
They got like rounder. Yeah, the one that I rented when we were out in LA. That's the one.
Oh, so you like more of like the 2018 models.
Probably
That's when everything's a little more sharp still.
versus 2018.
I don't know. They look
Mustang.
the same to me, dude.
They look slightly different,
Nah,
and I like the
there's,
older one.
There's enough of a difference, but I actually think I think
They're
the
real
newer one-
sharky looking, right?
It's this.
those
This
ones?
is the difference right here. It's in the lights.
Yeah, 100%.
Right here.
The
This
lights-
Thing, they added this weird thing, and before it used to be it's just solid body, and
I
there's
see. I
solid
see.
lights. The
It's
back
just
looked like
square
that
lights, and
before.
now the lights
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
little dip in.
What's the back
Yeah.
look like now?
It's just that, but different.
Yeah, I actually do.
I
I
don't
I kind of agree with you there.
I don't know. I thought it looked really cool. It still has like a violent engine in it. They
Yeah.
sound like the one we
Oh,
followed today.
I see what you're saying,
It's
yeah.
just so loud, and it's so I don't know how to describe. I don't even know how to describe the sound that comes out of that thing. But
It's
just
really
such a-
like throaty and sharp.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's brutal, especially
Yeah.
when they like straight pipe them or exhaust
Yeah.
mods and stuff. It
Yeah.
sounds awesome.
No, but
But-
I thought they did a good job with that. But I agree that I think the Challenger is the most effective. Like bring back an old style.
Yeah, like a
car.
Chevelle, right? If they style it like the old ones.
Yeah.
So kind of a bigger body, bigger rear, kind of like the
Yeah.
Challenger, and
Yeah.
then have a supercharged V8 that's 700 something horsepower.
Yep.
Comes in a manual, and like make a stock option that's
Yeah.
like a legit drag car.
Here's the
Kinda
thing,
like
though. I don't think it's gonna happen because Chevy's all committed to just do electric stuff.
Yeah,
now.
I
Yeah.
know.
So they've kind of given up on that.
So,
The
like,
C8
here's
was already
a-
like a huge change
Yeah.
for their
Yeah.
stuff.
So like we're kind of talking about this, but like if you guys could bring back
okay.
any car, so anything, even if it's like in production, but you wish it was made a different way, or for
Okay.
something that's completely discontinued from any company, if they just came back to you and they're like, "Hey, man, what car should we bring back, and how should we do it? What would it be?"
Yeah.
Because I know exactly what mine would be.
You start
Let's
then.
hear
I
it.
gotta think about it a little
Okay,
bit.
so mine 100% would be the Stealth RT from Dodge.
Like the 3000 GT.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I think
Okay.
that car.
Oh no, the
could
Stealth's
be,
different. Okay.
Huh?
Yeah, tell me.
It's the same chassis, but
It's the same car
Yeah.
between the 3000 GT and the Dodge
just
Stealth.
different.
You
Body.
sure?
It just had all the cool active arrow and stuff.
Yeah, well, the Stealth RT had that too. The RT
I
and
was
the
saying the
3000.
Stealth had that, not the-
Oh yeah, well, the certain 3000 GTs I think did too. But yeah, 100%. Because I think that car has the potential to could be one of the coolest looking
comebacks because the old ones looked kind of cool. Besides their weird,
you're
like
right. I didn't know
they
that
were
was the same
trying
car.
to be like mechanically smart with how they put the spoiler, but it just looked bad.
Yeah.
But I loved that they were I think either a 5-speed or a 6-speed manual, almost exclusively. The RTs I think were all only manual.
Yeah.
All-wheel drive and twin turbo V6.
Yeah.
And I
Those
feel
could
like
be nuts.
today
Yeah.
that could just be some like they
You
could
can take
bring
the
that.
same configuration.
Yeah, literally just like copy paste,
They've
and
got
then
a
just like
decent V6 still.
Yeah.
Because they basically just recycle the same motors. If they just did like a turbo, kind of like they're doing with the Raptors now, they're just doing twin turbo V6s, like the
Yeah,
Ford
dude.
motor.
Hey, maybe if they did that, they could fix the V6 that keeps grenading itself.
Yeah,
and
dude.
hold
That'd be
your
nice.
car.
If they could do that one, and that'd be sweet, dude.
But that's
A
what I'm saying,
manual
like, I
all-wheel
feel like-
drive.
'cause
Yeah.
it was such a cool, like weird,
was
like
weird.
kind of long but still small and only a 2-door.
Yeah.
But like I feel like that could be made into just like like it could be made basically into like the poor man's Viper.
Yes.
Is how I see
Dude,
it.
it'd be like a
But, like-
GTR competition, basically, because
Exactly,
they could do a dual clutch
exactly.
automatic, too.
Yeah.
'Cause-
That's what I'm saying.
because
Like,
Dodge
it could
does
be-
those, too.
You're
Yeah,
right.
So it could
'Cause it was all-wheel drive
really
and
could
everything.
be
You're right.
such an amazing car to bring back.
Yeah.
That's
That
a
I'm-
really good
That'd be
one.
a different lane for them to go, because they're all really rear-wheel drive,
They're
super
like
high
muscle
power,
cars.
manual.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, that's
they're
been, like,
really
their
the last
thing.
true muscle
Honestly,
car, right?
This would like burst them into like competing with Audi, competing with.
This could be their break
that's
into the
what I think of-
supercar market.
Totally.
Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
could just leapfrog like
Dude,
Charger and Challenger
dude,
and stuff.
Hear me out. Rear engine,
Yeah.
Dodge Stealth, RT.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
All-wheel drive,
It would be a C8 killer.
light body.
So,
yeah, dude.
rear engine Hellcat. Right?
Oh, the motor you're saying?
Rear engine Hellcat.
Ooh. Are we just getting rid of the?
We're going supercar Dodge Stealth.
Yeah, but we're
Right.
we're getting rid of the V6 twin turbo.
Yeah, yeah.
Not doing that
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
They're
Okay.
V6 sucks.
Okay.
They already
Dude,
they
could
figured
you
it out.
imagine that supercharger behind you?
Dude, whining it. Yeah, hearing
Yeah,
it behind
just
you,
quit.
dude.
That's what V6 is to
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
don't worry
yeah,
about it.
Put
Just don't worry
heavies and
about it.
stuff.
Hellcats and everything.
Dude, so that's their break into
It's not a
supercar.
Hellcat. I don't want
That
it.
could be.
They could do all-wheel drive,
Yeah.
the Hellcat, and with a double clutch auto or
Yeah.
a 6-speed manual.
Yeah.
That would be nuts.
Because the
dude.
thing would probably, I mean, it would be styled.
Somebody
probably
please,
a lot.
somebody please, like mock that up. If someone
Yeah.
can like Photoshop that up, that'd be
rad.
awesome. Yeah, that would be nuts.
Yeah. Because
That car
that's
would be
like that's
violent.
like I would still love to buy a 3000 or a Stealth RT today.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
still want
it's the same as
one.
the 3000 GT, right? Am I
Yeah,
messing
they're
that up?
like exactly the same.
Because that's Mitsubishi.
yeah.
But they were like the same. They were the DSM.
Yeah.
Like same with like the Eclipse.
Well, it's like the BRZ
Something, yes. That
with
was all-wheel
the
drive.
FRS with the other Honda.
Is it similar to that?
Yeah.
That kind of
Where it's
relationship
like
that they
it's
had?
Yeah, it
like
was like a mutual
it's like
development.
it's like
Gotcha.
because Scion wanted to make it, but they didn't have the money to make it, so they partnered with Subaru and Honda so they could have the funds to make it, but then they had
Yeah.
to also make it.
Toyota, not Honda.
Toyota, yeah.
Yeah, but think of this though. Okay,
Oh, I have a funny story about that in a minute.
so Toyota AE86, right? That's
Yeah.
the remake.
Yeah.
But they did the 4-cylinder Boxer from Subaru. Why wouldn't they have?
And it keeps
brought
breaking.
back because that was a 4-cylinder
Yeah.
back in the AE86.
Yeah.
Toyota has some really good 4-cylinder turbo engines.
Oh yeah.
Like
it's
why?
because Subaru developed the car, but they didn't have money for it.
Oh, is that
Oh,
is
is
that
it
the one who
Subaru?
started it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was Scion.
No, Subaru did it, and then they brought it to. From what I heard, Subaru did it. They brought it to Toyota. Toyota funded it, and then Scion's like their cheaper brand or whatever.
Yeah.
So then they
Oh,
released
that's
it that
right.
way.
It just seems like
But I
such a
got-
weird lane for
Yeah, recently,
Subaru, right?
Yeah.
I heard that they're killing it.
Really?
Or that they're changing something drastically or modifying it because they're upset that too many people see it as a BRZ. Because nobody sees it as a Toyota, nobody sees it as a Scion. Everybody's
Yeah,
like,
nobody
never-
sees it as the
Dude,
AE86.
I don't know. I've literally, I can say in my entire life, I've seen one Toyota version of that car.
Yeah.
Every single one I see.
Have you seen the
like, I
new
don't even
remake?
assume
And people
it's one.
rebadge
I
it to
always-
be Subarus too. It's so
Really?
funny.
Do they
Yeah.
really?
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Well,
because no one wants it to be a
yeah,
Scion.
dude. The BRZ version
true.
was the best version. Hands
Have you
down.
guys seen the new one though? The remake of it?
No.
I've
You haven't
heard
seen
of
the
it.
new styling?
It's
It's
not
a
great.
totally
Like
right?
an
different
RX-8.
Yeah, it looks like a Nissan 400Z.
Yeah, it kind of
Looks
does.
very
It
similar.
does. Okay, so the car that you're gonna bring back, because we're already ginching up
Oh,
on an hour
it
here.
kind of, dude. It
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like a Genesis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, man? What's the car you bringing back?
I don't know. That 3000 GT thing kind of got me excited. The Stealth
I
RT.
was like,
I
there's
never would've
not
thought
many
of that.
options, and then you started.
I wrote a
saying
few
that.
things down. I wrote the Dart. I wrote the 3000 GT.
I have one.
I
that
wrote
could've
the
suggested
Firebird
for
and
you
the
guys that
Chevelle.
It's actually a great one too.
How easy would the Firebird be to bring back? I know Pontiac's dead, but they already have the Camaro.
forgot
They've
That's
already
Pontiac.
mocked it. Have you seen people mock it?
Yeah,
With the big.
literally
honeycomb
just a
rims?
body kit, and you could
Yeah.
you could sell it
Yeah.
as a
Doesn't
Pontiac
look great though.
Firebird.
Looks a little weird.
Yeah, but if they brought back the honeycomb and like the bird on the hood,
Dude,
Dad-
they
Dad
could
would
do
want
it.
it.
Dad
They
would
could
do
do
that,
it
yeah.
really well.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like the body kit ones that they did, just don't.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. They're not my thing.
Yeah, it's hard.
I
There's-
would-
There's one that I think if a company brought back would be insane.
What is it?
but I don't know if they ever would.
Do it.
The I think it was Ken Block's first rally car. That little Ford thing.
The
that was
Kazi?
Was it
The
that?
Cosworth?
Is
yeah.
it that?
Ford Escort.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it though?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It's the rally version of the Escort, the Ford Escort
Yeah.
Cosworth.
Cosworth, yeah.
Was that like a model of the car, or was that just a like a custom thing they did?
I don't know which car you're talking about. Are you talking about the RS 2000?
This thing
200?
The little
with the big rear spoiler. That's the Ford one.
no. Shoot, wait, am I blanking on this?
Okay, so while we wait
This
for
one.
Tyler.
Dude. This one?
Yep, that is it.
It's the same thing, yeah.
What is it though?
It's a Ford Escort Cosworth.
Oh, well, they ruined.
yeah,
the
I mean they
Escort,
kind of
though.
have the have the Ford Focus.
thing I wish that Ford would bring back is the Escort.
Well, they have the Focus RS.
Okay, but like that
pretty
Escort
cool.
though.
It is pretty cool.
The RS though, the Focus RS kind of takes that. Like
Yeah.
that's
It
kind
is
of
that. It is that piece. That's
Yeah.
that's why
you're
it
right,
went
you're
into the
right.
rally world.
You're
to
right.
do that. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes sense.
So they kind of remade
Yeah.
it with different. Everyone kind of does that, right? They like remake a car with just different badging, like whatever's
weird.
the most popular.
Yeah.
Except
Except the
Focus is obviously the most.
Except
Or the-
what?
The stealth.
Like the Dart. Like the Dart should have been the neon.
I like
it's
that
the
you
neon.
whispered that.
Yeah, you have to.
Well, you have to still.
Dude, that's like, sorry, I gotta say this one joke because it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was this thing that says, "Why do you spell camouflage and not?"
That's fine.
And then someone replied, like, "Not what?" And they just replied, "Nothing." It was
That's
my favorite
awesome.
thing.
That's awesome.
That's
I
awesome.
love that. So my car to remake. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good joke.
They kind of. I mean, I guess they have versions of this Audi, but
Okay.
the Audi Coupe Quattro
Yep.
is a little bit different because they have the
Oh,
TTRS.
Yep.
And that's like a similar thing, but a little bit bigger
okay.
bodied.
Yep.
You know,
Well, you want like the hatchback version of it.
right?
Yeah.
Like a
I mean,
bigger, a squarer,
couldn't-
kind of like that RS3.
Yeah.
I was
guess they
just
make
about to
an
say,
RS3
couldn't you
hatchback.
almost argue that's what the RS3 is?
I think it would be like an
Yes.
RS1.
But
It would be like BMW having like an M1 and an M2. Don't they
Yeah.
have
Well,
M1?
BMW
Yeah,
now
like
has
a little
the,
bit
yeah,
smaller
they have
coupe
the,
version of it.
They
Yeah.
in Europe they have the M1 now. That's
Yeah.
the all-wheel drive.
That's what it
hatchback.
would be.
Yeah.
yeah, that would be really
That'd
cool.
be
I guess
rad.
the RS3
That would
hatchback is kind of
rip,
that.
though.
Yeah. I was thinking that too. The Audi Coupe would be a cool thing.
That's the
Yeah, but
hard
something
thing
a
is
little
that
bit more squared off, like
the-
the old one,
yeah.
because it was literally like a box of crayons with a 5-cylinder
so
turbo
cool.
that could go so
Yeah.
fast.
I wanted to bring back that full. I know they kind of do, but I want like a full. Maybe you can't recreate the '90s lights, but the lights that they used to have in the back of those were just so cool.
Dude, it literally was like one of the best cars ever made.
Yeah, Group B
Like-
Rally was a great and
Yeah,
horrible
dude.
thing for the motorsports world.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
So the car I wish that they would bring back. There's a few of them, but I think like the main one would be bringing back like a front engine, like a nice front engine Porsche.
Okay.
They don't
Oh.
do they. There are a couple. I mean, like the Panamera is a front engine,
Yeah.
like their SUVs are. But there's been concept drawn up about bringing back like a 928, so like a V8 powered front engine coupe.
more going into like
something-
the supercar realm, because I guess they are supercars.
No, because
right?
that'd be the thing. They are supercars. I want them to bring a sports car back.
More like something like this,
Interesting. So like almost
long
like
hood,
a
like
like
this,
a
Tyler. Like a long hood.
Like I want
yeah,
like a Nissan
almost
400.
like a lower end
a Nissan what?
version. So like not a supercar,
No.
just like a sports car.
Right.
Just like a
Yeah.
something like
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 a
I
V8,
want
tons
them
of
to
power,
compete-
rear wheel drive.
Right. Like I want something legitimately to compete with like a GT350 or a GT500 Mustang or
Yep.
something to
Yep,
compete
yep, yep, yep.
with like
Yeah.
the not necessarily the Hellcats, but like those things. Like I
Like
think
the
it would-
SRT
it
Chargers
would
and
be-
stuff.
Yeah, it would be a
Yeah.
weird market for Porsche to enter because it's
Yeah.
kind of.
It'd be really
If I worked at Porsche, I would say
though.
no, we don't do that because we don't want to market
Yeah,
to those
yeah.
people.
Yeah,
but I
right.
think it would be an interesting. It'd be an interesting lower.
Yeah.
Like an entry level Porsche to get into
Right.
without feeling because I feel like unfortunately they're Boxster and stuff like that's kind of felt like a compromise.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
Caymans are sweet, but they're super expensive.
and big,
Yeah, and what?
big.
No, their
Caymans?
car. Their
Oh, the
Cayenne's
Cayman,
big.
not the Cayenne.
No.
Yeah.
No, the Caymans are sweet, but they're just kind
Yeah,
of their own
some of the
thing.
names are
And
so-
they're kind of with those. It's like just get a 911.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's been talk about even bringing back like a 944, like doing some crazy like turbo, like bringing the 2.0 turbo from your car and putting it in something and having a 4-cylinder 944.
Dude,
so there's
that'd
been
be
talk of
Dude,
doing
if they
that
did
too.
that and
Yeah.
made it like as compact as the S3 is,
Yeah.
like that could be really.
Could be a
that
sweet
could be
car.
something special.
Yeah,
Yeah, like a modernized.
yeah. That I
944.
never thought about that because they. I mean, it would be cool to take to do something like that and build it as an S3 based thing that's just a little. I mean, essentially,
Yeah.
honestly, it would be like an ultimate BRZ too. It'd be like because I think it would
Yeah,
be BRZ
yeah.
sized. It would
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah,
that.
almost like something like this, and it's kind of a weak remake, but
Can I see?
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like a modernized
you'd have-
44 sort of thing.
Yeah.
You'd have like that
The
new
hatchback,
Porsche
big
back
window,
end
and-
looking thing with like
Yeah.
the really long.
Yeah,
Somebody
man.
just recently did a
Like a
Porsche
good rendition of it.
concept. Yeah, it was of the 928, and it had this is it. You're gonna have to just come around and take a look, Tyler,
I'm coming.
because it looks sick. We'll post a picture of this for
I'll
it.
put some pictures up of this. This thing looks. You gotta save
This
that
guy
picture,
here.
though.
Oh yeah,
Right?
just everything.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, like the whole back end of this, the
Dude, just
active
think of
spoiler.
like
It's such like a retro thing, but that looks so.
Think of like
Yeah.
a high revving V8.
Yeah.
Out of that thing. Like
Yeah.
super high RPM.
Yeah.
High revving V8. Manual or like a DSG
Yeah.
box. Yeah.
Yeah, the front of it looks incredible. Like, so that would be my vote. Is that they bring back something like that, or
Yeah.
bring
Yeah.
something like that to the market?
Yeah, dude,
I
that would
think
be
it would
sweet.
be like I think price wise, you'd be at. You'd have to be looking at super high end anything American. You have to be in like the top end of I think the Camaros. It's like the ZL ones and stuff like that.
Yep.
Like you'd basically
So you're
just
like
want that really
70s?
throaty V8.
Probably.
Yeah, probably 60s,
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah,
somewhere
yeah,
there.
around there.
Probably
Yeah.
a little bit more just being Porsche branded, right?
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
talking like a 90 entry point or something like that, or 85 entry
Yeah, I
point.
think
or something.
somewhere.
Yeah.
It would,
Think
it would
about like
have to be 60s,
think about like
70s.
RS5s
Although,
and
yeah, I was
stuff
gonna
like
say,
that.
if
Even
they-
the
if they
Audi
wanna
range is up in the
actually-
hundreds.
Yeah, because at some point it's still going to be not a real Porsche because it's front engine, so
Yeah.
nobody's going to want it that way. So you're only going to earn different market. I think. I don't
Yeah.
think you're necessarily going to convert people over.
Right, people are
And
going
the
to add that to the
911
911 collection.
The 911 is still the thing to get.
Yeah.
So it can't be that price. It would
Right.
have to be lower, I think. But
Yeah.
but
Maybe
that
like
would
a
be
little
my-
bit more comfortable,
Yeah.
right? Because some of the like the high, if you want to get like a GT3,
Yeah.
is like a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You want like a high powered, almost like
Yeah.
the Ferrari.
It would be a
what's the front engine Ferrari that is newer?
California.
The California.
That's
Yeah,
the weird
almost
front
something
end engine like
almost
coupe.
something like that.
Yeah.
I was gonna
What
say
is it
it would be a I'll call her back. It would actually be a. Oh wait, no, this would be a different market completely. I was gonna say that would it almost have to be something like the Nissan 400Z coming out,
Yeah.
where it's
That's
kind
what
of
I was
it's
thinking.
built like a race car. Like
I
it's
think
not
it would
gonna
be
be
in that
built like a
realm.
comfort car. It's gonna be
'Cause
built like a
it's-
race car.
Right. It's built for the people who in the 80s had the poster of that car on
Yeah,
their wall
yeah,
and was
yeah.
like, that's the car that I want.
Yeah.
And now we're adults and have money for it. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
who it's
Yep.
going
Yep.
after.
Yep.
It's going for the me's who's like I have an 84 Porsche.
Right.
And I love it. You had the Datsun, you love it. Now
Yep.
you're like, dude, a Nissan. I got
Dude,
to
I want the
four.
like my car's probably faster than that.
Yeah.
But like the 400Z, just like something that's a good
Right.
remake, just would
Well,
be
and
sweet.
yeah, something that has that. So for this, it's like something that has that long swooped, the window all the way to the back of
Yeah.
it is like, okay, something's cool about that. Like
Yeah.
even though, sure, you could get into like a McLaren, you could get in all these other things,
Right.
but this thing's got that to it. So
Yep.
I think that would be the
Something
appeal.
more unique.
So you guys are lucky
What?
because your guys' old cars are being remade, like could be remade into something cool.
What's your?
Dude, have you seen someone who's like mocked up an E30 like modern?
They still. It's the M3. They make that still.
No. Like trying to like pay homage to
Big.
like like how the E30 looked, but modernized it because it's awful.
Oh no.
Really?
Yeah, and it was actually gonna be a concept for a while. Here, let me see.
Like this?
Yep.
Oh,
Can you
dude.
see it?
Oh, dude.
Yeah. It's not awful.
I see what they're doing.
But
It'd
it's
be an
like,
electric car. That's the problem. It'd be an electric car.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
bad.
for me, I actually hope they never bring it back. I want
Well,
the
they still
E30
have
to
it.
They
It's
just kept
stay.
making it. You
It's a
kind of
3
got
Series.
lucky because they just kept developing it.
Yeah, but I don't. But like now it feels too removed now because like you had
Yeah.
the E30, then you had the E36, and I was like, okay, cool. Then the E46 is like, all right, this is still staying it, and then you went to the E92,
Yep.
and you're like, oh, this kind of like left 3 Series almost, and it's like it's still a 3 Series,
Yeah.
but then they got a little bigger. The
Yep.
E92 not necessarily, but then once you got past it, you started going into the F Series, and now they're in like a G or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
and
they go nuts with
they
them,
turned into a bigger luxury car.
Yeah.
Like that's realistically what they are.
Yeah,
now.
you're right.
And then it's like you have to pay pretty like high price, high markups.
Yeah.
To get it to like what the E30 started at.
But if
which
you
was
think
basically
of-
like a rear wheel drive manual, just kind of car.
What do you think of like the lowest end M3 or the lowest end 3 Series? Right, it's probably still like a 30,000 price point for the lowest end 3 Series because that's what yours was, right? The E30 318.
Yeah.
Oh, I think your camera died. All right, both the cameras died.
Yeah, both cameras died.
So
we'll
wrapping
wrap
it up.
But no, basically what I was
little bit.
saying is that I think they're gonna see. I'm not gonna look at the camera because it's weird.
Just go in vlog style.
Yeah.
Look at us. Just hold it.
Yeah, hey guys, what's up?
Yeah.
I think you're gonna see more of these cars come back because they weren't doing it because they didn't think their market wanted that. So they were just making
Right.
stuff. They were trying to make stuff just like everybody else that they just sell massive numbers.
Yeah.
And then now it's like you had Toyota be bold enough to be like, hey, what if we brought the Super back
Right.
after this long?
Yeah.
And then they did, and then it's been a huge success.
I think the
now
Mark
Nissan's
6 Supra
building
is
the
going to
hype.
be a Toyota original.
Yeah.
I think
so?
I think maybe
Was this last
was
one the
probably
Mark 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark 5. I think the cheapest way to
Oh,
do it was to partner with BMW, who was making something similar
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
So it's probably the most business savvy thing to do,
Yep.
like as far as return.
Yep.
So I think the
We'll
way
talk
that,
about a good way to prove their concept, to be like, hey, let's
Yeah.
slap Super badges on it, see if anybody
Yeah.
likes it.
dude. Yeah.
And then everyone was
It's
like,
going.
is that a Supra?
All
On their
those-
end.
Hey, we'll cut that audio in when we say that. Everybody,
yeah.
everybody was like,
Is that a Supra?
nice. All right.
Yeah.
Good one. See you guys in the next one.
Boom.
Peace.
Goodbye.